Hey guys, welcome to another episode of PhD Journey with May. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my research framework of the moderators. I'll explain to you what are moderators, and the two moderators I have age and gender, but I think we only have enough time to cover age, which is a very interesting area. So moderators are basically a variable that would impact our construct. So I spoke to you about how my main constructs are employee performance and also organizational learning culture. So my investigation is to see how can an organization learning culture impacts employee performance through transference of knowledge, and would age and gender become a predictor and can impact its results. Okay. Other examples of moderator can also be socioeconomic class or even race and religion for the more sensitive kind of topic. But today I'm going to talk about age. So it is a very fun and interesting part of my research because I am naturally curious to see what researchers have found and if age can impact employees' performance. So over the past 20 years, so many research has been talking about if age do determine what kind of performer it is and how they transfer knowledge, right? So one of the interesting ones that I want to share with you is by Ng and Feldman 2018. So they actually say that age is not directly correlated to the core performance, which means things that's in your e-goal and KPIs, age does not have a positive correlation with that. But age will have a positive correlation with things like organizational citizenship behavior. So what this means is behaviors like, are you helping your colleagues willingly? Are you bonding for the sake of having a positive result in your project? Are you engaging in negative activities like absenteeism, skiving from work, or gossiping, complaining? So the research found that the younger generation tend to help colleagues more, but they engage in more negative behaviors at work as well, which is things like absenteeism. But the older generation, while they do not transfer knowledge or help colleagues so willingly, they have less engagement of negative behaviors at work. So this is an interesting one. And another guy that in 2015, Burke says that having generational differences in an organization can increase the organizational performance. What this means is it benefits an organization more when you have older people and younger people working together, because they may bring more diverse ideas, they have better decision-making capabilities, they have more creative problem solving, and they are better reflection for companies that has clients, external clients as well, to show that they have diverse range of skill sets, right? But however, he also cautioned that diversity may also be a negative impact sometimes because it will create a higher level of tension when two different age group brainstorm together on something. So different approaches or preferences in terms of leadership qualities, for example, or maybe they value different rewards, and those different views on how to use technology can also be causes of all these tension and conflicts, which is why I felt my topic was so important. If we have a way for people to bond and build relationship on a structured platform from HR perspective, then we can reduce all this tension. So as I've mentioned before, in my current organization, we do have a platform that we meet once a month for 4 hours, and we share emotional related matters that are important to us in a peer collaboration setting. So having these would negate that tension and conflict regardless the age group. We have quite a diverse age group as well. So this research is very interesting for me to read. And then in 2014, another group of researchers actually posit something about mentorship, to say that in order for transference of knowledge to happen, to lead towards positive impact on employees' job performance, the pre-retiree, which is the older generation guy, needs to like the younger colleagues first before effective knowledge can be transferred. So we're talking about not just explicit knowledge, which is things that you can put on a checklist or pass on a Google link or pen drive. We're talking about tacit knowledge. So it says that only when the older colleague like the younger colleague and wants to positively transfer something to the younger colleague, then only a full cycle of transfer knowledge can happen. So it really depends on the level of learning intention of the younger colleague, the work attitude, and how well they communicate with each other. So in short, when pre-retirees like the younger colleague, knowledge will be transferred. So which is why this research is so important to me. You know, how do we create that environment for that kind of relationship to happen? So lastly, it is also a fact through all this research that actually these days mentorship is no longer a chronological thing by age. You know, it is no longer possible to just assume that the role of the mentor and protege has to be defined by the chronological age, because a younger person now can be a mentor for the older person, you know, in terms of technology, especially digital media and all that. So we have to do away with that mindset that only the older generation, the pre-retirees, can mentor the younger ones. You know, now in this day and age, it is a two-way street already. So in other words, today's environment has a lot of sustainable career paths for the older ones and for the younger ones. They both have a lot of things to learn. So knowledge transfer is between generations now. Is no longer one-way street of mentor and protege. So there you go. That's my explanation of age as my moderator and why this is a very interesting area for me in my research. So I hope that helped you to reflect that in this COVID-19 situation, if you are categorized as the older generation, I think generally 35 years old, 40 years old and above, do not feel beaten down. You know, if you have lost your job or anything, do not feel beaten down, because in this day and age, people are recognizing the fact that organizations need to have both the mature generation and the younger generation. A lot of startups have only the younger generation, and due to their lack of experience and lack of maybe also perseverance, and do not have mentorship from the older generation, many startups also do not survive. Similarly, in the older industry where they have more mature employees, they also suffer, mainly because they cannot embrace technology. They cannot do their digital marketing well. They cannot bring their business to an e-commerce platform. So it is a very real fact these days that we need to upskill ourselves no matter what age we are. So for the older generation, we need to catch up with the younger generation. We can find a mentor from the younger generation. There's no shame in seeking mentorship with someone younger, mainly because we want to learn the new skills that are out there. So there you go, my friends. I'll see you again tomorrow for another episode of PhD Journey with me. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about gender differences at work. Okay, bye!